The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing for the right to advance into a single elimination in-season tournament, culminating in the NBA Cup Championship in Las Vegas. First time, here's something special for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MONEYMOVES. That's code MONEYMOVE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bet if your bet wins when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. Man, those last 2 games were very, very interesting. One was won in overtime. The other was taken to the last 30 seconds of the regulation before the Rams were able to pull it out. But the games were very, very interesting. At least 2 of the 3 were interesting. Thank you for joining us for Nightcap. Y'all know me. I'm your favorite Unc Shannon Sharpe. That guy, the happy guy, is Liberty City's own Bengals Ring of Fame honoree, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco
All
Johnson.
of that.
Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. It is late on the East Coast, and you guys are with us. So thank you very, very much. We got a lot to get into. The 3 NFL games. We got the Colorado that was crushed in their bowl game. We're going to talk about Cam Ward decision to opt out of the second half. There's a lot to get into. Thank you for your support. Again, please make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. The holidays are here. What better way to celebrate than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier? And if you can't find it in a city or a state near you, you can order it and we'll ship it directly to your door. Thank you for your support, and please drink responsibly. Go follow my media company page on all of its platforms. That's Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84 with 84 being spelled out. Our newest release just dropped last month. T-shirts, sweats, as well as stocking stuffers such as koozies, beanies, and mugs. Quantities are limited, so please make sure you grab yours while supplies last. Everyone should have received their orders last week. Make sure you let us know. Hopefully all orders were received Monday, Tuesday. Obviously, holiday was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So hopefully all orders have been fulfilled. Let us know what you think about the merch that you ordered. Thank you again for your support. Tickets for the Super Bowl show in New Orleans, our first spring tour stop, are on sale now. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's February the 6th in New Orleans. Be there. Great lineup in store for you.
Yeah.
We've been nominated for 2 Sports Podcast Awards, Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. That's Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Please go vote for us. Continue the support. And the link is in the chat, pinned on all our social pages and in our social bios. Woo, what a game. Ocho, the Cardinals defeated the Rams 13-9. The Rams have allowed fewer than 10 points in 3 straight games. It's the longest streak since the fearsome foursome and 1975 team. They allowed 9 points to the Cardinals, 9 points to the Jets, 6 points to the 49ers. 3 weeks ago, they beat the Bills in a shootout. They gave up 42, but they scored 44. Great game tonight. Everybody was, it came right down to it. I thought the game was over when Kyler threw that interception. Well, I didn't think the game was over because there was still 3 minutes, Ocho. They still had 3 timeouts, and you had the 2-minute warning. You know, with 3 timeouts, the 2-minute warning, and you still got 3+ minutes on the clock, that's really an eternity. They did a great job of stopping the Rams, forcing the ball back. But what I want to ask you, Ocho, did you think that was an interception? I thought he used the ground to control the ball.
He did use the ground to control the ball. So obviously, I'm thinking based on the rules in the rule book. I don't know what number it is in the rule book. You cannot use the ground. If the ball touches the ground in any manner, in any way, You can't use the ground to gain
Control
of the ball. You have to secure it,
Yes.
or at least get your goddamn hand up on.
He had his hands on the side, but his hand clearly the ball hit the dirt. Now give him credit, Ocho. The ball didn't move when it hit the dirt, but I believe he used the ground to help him secure it. But they called it an INT on the field. They stayed with the call, and what we're seeing for the most part, with the exception of T. Higgins, that was really the only call that I saw overturned. And I don't know what the officials saw. Because the way T. Higgins took off running, hey, I thought his girl had called and said, hey, my parents just left. And T. Higgins was over there. He was headed over to Ocho before he got back. But it was a great game tonight. The Rams, now, if they win, if I'm not mistaken, if they win next week against the Seahawks, they win the division, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. What do you think about this game?
I mean, it was good. It was good. Very, very low scoring. Very low scoring. They moved the ball up and down the field. Kyler Murray, he played well enough. He played well enough to get the win. And I like the fact that the NFL games always come down to the last 2 or 3 minutes for some reason. You ever noticed that? Lately, the games have been coming down to it. Listen, nail biting time, where it's moments where the quarterbacks have to make the throws and the players have to make the plays and secure a victory. And that's what the Cardinals were able to do tonight. I thought the Rams were gonna close it out. Obviously, when they started driving down the field, Puka had caught a smoke screen and went for big.
Yeah, almost got home.
That almost got home. I was like, you know what? Okay, this game about over now. This game about over now. Listen, but the Cardinals, they kept fighting and they pulled it off.
Yeah, give them credit. They could have easily, I thought the game was over on that situation, but I also thought Puka was going to break it. But the Rams struggled to get the ball into the end zone, Ocho. They had some situations. I mean, he had Higbee. If he doesn't throw the ball behind Higbee, Higbee's going to walk into the end zone because his guy had went with the slant route inside. And so now he's wide open to the flat. If Stafford doesn't throw the ball behind him and his momentum takes him out of bounds, I believe he's going to score on that play. But they didn't, and give the Cards credit. The Cardinals bowed their back and knew that in order for them to have a chance, Ocho, they had to keep them out of the end zone on that. They absolutely had to keep them out of the end zone on that. And they did a great job and gave their offense a chance. And you mentioned it was the turnovers. It was, the last one, I mean, you can't really do anything about that. The ball hit McBride, and McBride didn't get his head around quick enough. And I think it was Spoon that ended up making that interception. Did a great job of getting to the football. But give those guys credit. I say, the Rams, I mean, for the last, what you say, Ocho, 6 weeks, they play some really damn good football.
It's a good tendency to tell when they started playing really good football, when Puka and Cooper Kupp came back and were healthy. Ever since that, they were talking about the trade and Cooper Kupp getting traded and whatnot. Ever since then, they've been playing really, really good football. And offensively, when they are healthy, they are one of the best offenses in the league, especially with the back.
They are.
Is it Kyron Williams? Did I say it right?
Kyron.
With him running the way he's running, it makes that offense dangerous.
You know what, Ocho? But when I look at this, unless Cooper Kupp takes a pay cut, I don't see him being back. He had 3 targets, 1 catch. Puka had 14 targets, 10 catches. You can see this is a Puka Nacua passing offense. The offense runs through
Puka. The funny thing about it is I've said it before. You know how I always tell you, no matter what age you are, no matter how good you are, they always find a way to work you out. They've always find a way to work you out the system. And obviously Puka coming in and doing what he's been able to do, and his price tag is nowhere near that of
It will be after next year.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Ocho, you have to look at it. He's a younger, more physical Cooper Kupp, because he can do everything that Cooper Kupp does, but he's bigger and more physical.
Yeah.
And he's cheaper. So I get a guy that can do exactly what he does. He can run every route inside. Plus, he's better outside the numbers than Coop. He's bigger. He's more physical. He's more now he's taking some, but at some point in time, it's going to catch up with him like it does all slot receivers. You look at Wes Welker, you look at Edelman, you look at Stokely, all those guys, because there's too many collisions that you're involved in a period of time. Because think about Ocho, everything is bang bang. I mean, hey, you catching shallows, you catching spot
Yeah.
routes, you catching all those routes, and you getting hit smashed on
Yes,
both
sir.
sides. So it's gonna catch up with him, just like it caught. Because remember, Cooper Kupp had all those catches,
Yeah.
Ocho? What, he had 142, and then he had like another 25, 26 in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Now, we talk about the balls that he caught. He got hit on some of those targets that he
Oh yeah,
didn't
most
catch.
definitely, most definitely. And it's so funny. It's
And
so
so it's
you
going to catch up.
know what's so
Go
funny?
ahead.
How a player
What's
of
that?
that magnitude can win the Triple Crown, can have a season where you caught 142 balls, and then all of a sudden another player get drafted, and now you're getting 3 targets in the game.
Yeah. What he caught 142 for 1,942 yards. He was like 30 yards, 25, 30 yards behind Megatron's
Yeah.
record. And then he goes on. He was Offensive Player of the Year. He was Super Bowl MVP. He was sensational in the playoff run. But that's what
Yeah.
happens. I mean, look at Jerry.
Yeah.
Look at Jerry's numbers in 1996. They drafted T.O. Then what they do,
Yeah.
Ocho? Throw T on Jerry Rice Day. They throw T.O. 20 balls.
That's
that's Jerry on his day.
It's so funny the way the business works. They always find a way. They find a way to weed you out, and you can never pay attention to it. Especially the casual fan. They always use the mantra. Oh, you've slowed down. Oh, you've lost a step. No, I ain't lose shit. Now what I did lose is the opportunities you used to give me when I was putting up the goddamn numbers.
I lost some targets.
Yeah, that's about it.
I lost some targets. That's about all I lost. So it's gonna look like, my numbers, when you throw me 50 fewer targets, my numbers gonna look like some trash. Ocho, but the game that you're very interested in, that you were on the edge of your seats, the Bengals keep their playoff hopes alive in a wild fourth quarter and overtime finish. Joe Burrow to T. Higgins led 17-10. Bo Nix, 51-yard bomb to Marvin Mims Jr. over the top, 17-17. T. Higgins fumbles the ball. Broncos gets it back. Guess what? Bo Nix says, you know what? Y'all turn it over. I'm going to do y'all a solid. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Joe Burrow plows his way into the end zone, 129 left, 24-17. Bo Nix on 4th and 1, throws it up. Marvin Mims comes down with it. 24-yard touchdown, forces overtime. Cade York has an opportunity to win it in overtime. Doink, hits the upright. Broncos force a 3 and out. Excuse me, the Bengals force a 3 and out. Joe Burrow says, you know what? F these field goal attempts. Let's take the matters into our own hand. He hits T. Higgins with a walk-off touchdown, and the Bengals win in overtime, 30-24.
Who won?
The Bengals.
No, long as you know. And matter of fact, tonight, I don't want to hear you say foot or ball the rest of the night. That's what I'm talking about. Who they? That's for all my Bengal fans that's in the chat. All the Bronco fans in the chat. I mean, no disrespect. You know how I feel about you. I never say anything in a malicious manner.
Yeah,
I love you. But for Unc, I don't want to hear you say foot or ball. Period. Not tonight. Broncos country. Y'all good. Unc, he not. Huh? Now listen, hey, Unc, all jokes aside, this was a good game. This was a very, very good game. This should have been a primetime game. That's how good it was. What I don't like about the Bengals, games like this don't have to be close. Games like this don't have to be close. They almost gave me, all right, I don't want to use that word because there's power in the tongue and there's power in what you say. They almost made me cry during the game, Unc. The decision making, the play calling, the going for it on 4th and 1, and knowing why would you the box is stacked. Why would you run a fullback dive on come on, what are we doing?
After you call timeout.
Wait a minute, you call timeout just to run a fullback dive?
For that?
What are we doing? So boom, I question that. We had some drops. Chase, you owe me one. The game ain't had to be that close. We would have been up 14-3. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had to settle for a field goal, right? Correct? Yep.
No, y'all didn't settle for the field goal. Y'all
then y'all go for it again, and Joey got sacked. Yeah, he got sacked. Chase, you owe me one. I love you to death, baby, but you owe me one. Let me see. I'm trying to think of other details. T. Higgins, boy, you had a day. Now you see why Now you see why I say we have 2 number 1 receivers. We are one of the few teams in the NFL that have 2 receivers that are capable of putting up those type of numbers that are true number ones. Which is why I hear people say, "Oh, T. Higgins needs to stay." No, he does not. He deserves every single goddamn penny he has earned.
I just don't believe the Bengals got that kind. I don't believe Bengals can pay Chase 40, give him 30, all the while Joey B making 55.
Yeah. I mean, it's impossible.
You need to address your defense. That's why they kept going for it, Ocho, because they know their defense. And now look, and the thing is, I knew once Bo missed that guy, he had him on the rail route, and
it was too far. Yeah, that was.
I said so. Yeah, you can't on the road, Ocho. Sometimes you could overcome plays like that at home, but when you're on the road, you don't really get an opportunity. We saw it. He did it last week against the Chargers. Remember, he had Mims again up the rail, and he missed him over. Well, he underthrew him that and gave the DB an opportunity to come get back into the play. But look, the Bengals, they played really, really well, especially that defense bowed their back when they had to. I just don't know how they keep letting guys. I don't look, Ocho. That Moss, I think his last name Moss for the Broncos.
Moss. I tweeted it. I told you he got some work in the night, boy. He got some work in the night, and this is
they still eating leftovers.
This is the result.
Cincinnati still eating leftovers. They feasted on it.
Definitely. This is the result of having Pat Surtain on the other side of you. You know, you should have known going into the game, understanding who you're going against. Sometimes you're gonna get Chase. Sometimes you're gonna get Higgins. You got to know your night is gonna be cut out for you, and you got to be ready.
But you know what, Ocho? This is what I would have done. I would have taken Surtain and put him on Higgins, and I'd have double Chase. If you go back and look at a lot of times the way the 49ers played it, the 49ers would take time and put him on the second best receiver, and then we double everybody else. Now we're going to see if your other guys, let's see if the tight ends, if Gesicki, I think that's Gesicki, I think that's who the tight end is, if those guys can beat us in the pass game, because I know those 2 outstanding wideouts, they can dominate the ball game, they can take the game over. So that's what I would have done. That's the only thing that's the only critique I got of the Broncos defense. Guys got a little handsy. McMillan, you got to get better, bro. You got to get better. I mean, how many times you gonna do illegal contact, too much touching, bro? You can't. They calling it
every time.
And but Ryan, he might should say, hey, I know y'all. Let me come back next week, because he came back and he gave it up. T. Higgins ate it. T. Higgins ate him up. Ain't no way around it. And then when Higgins like, hey, Chase, like, let me get a piece of me. You deal with Surtain, man. I'm tired of. I gotta fight. I gotta really fight with Surtain. This easy pickings over here. We got a fish over here. So anytime you got a fish, the only thing you can't do is let him off the hook. Joe, don't you let him off the hook. Don't you throw this ball out of bounds. Don't you skip this thing to me. We got a fish. We gotta bring him. We gotta bring him. We gotta get his ass to the boat.
And you know what I think, and I'm hoping it happens a little bit more in the future. I think some play calls were coming in, and what I saw from Joe Burrow a lot more tonight is I saw him changing some of the plays. I saw him changing some of the plays, and I think I don't know if he should be being one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Had the freedom to override what Zach calls based on what he sees in front of him and be able to change it. Like stuff like that is good. Like that goddamn 4th and 1. You should have changed that goddamn play after the timeout. The game didn't have to be that close.
Oh yeah, because he looked like he put Chase on the one to T. Higgins, the first one. He put that thing. He put the T to Chase. He's like, Chase, no, go over here. And now he's got 29 outside leverage on him. Ain't nothing you could do about that. And then one of the best throws of the night is that when Bo hit Marvin Mims Jr. on the Dino. Is that what y'all call that, right? We call it Dino.
Post corner post.
No. That we call that shake. See, all he did was stem to the post. Now here it is, Ocho. See, once I go to the post, I'm gonna widen the front side safety. Now, if that backside safety, if he ain't paying attention, I'm gonna be over the top of him before he realizes it. And that's what happened. See, he looking, he don't realize the danger is over here. When he realized it, Mims is even with him. Well, Mims even with you,
Yeah,
so he over the top of you.
Mims had a good game.
Mims can
He
play.
pissed me off, man. He pissed me off.
Who?
Mims.
Mims when he
that
caught that
second
ball in
touchdown
double
catch.
coverage.
I'm like, come on, dog.
That was a hell of a play.
Hey, that was a good 50-50 ball. 2 people on you. Yes. Securing the catch. I was hoping the ref said, oh, the ball hit the ground. I was hoping the ref said the ball hit the ground. They went and reviewed it, and they gave this man the catch, man. But what's Mims' first name?
Marvin.
Marvin, I know you're going to see this clip. I know you're going to see this clip, boy. You played a hell of a game. And I promise you, Bo Nix and Marvin Mims, if we had lost this game off that throw and that catch with them seconds on that clock, I was going to fight y'all when I saw you in public. I was going to fight him if I saw him in public. But they played the hell of a game. That goddamn Bo Nix could throw, boy. He could throw that ball. He could throw that ball. And when he bring it down and he run and he got to scramble and use his legs, boy, that boy hell, boy.
He's going to have to make those throws under pressure. That overtime throw. We saw it last week against the Chargers where he underthrew it. I think the thing is, Ocho, is that, and he saw, if you read his lips on the sideline, he said, I missed him. He did. He absolutely had him. And to say this, Ocho, I'm not so sure. I'm on the road with a rookie quarterback. I'm not so sure I don't go for 2 in that situation. My defense has really done all they could. I couldn't ask any more from my defense. Yes, Joey B threw for the numbers that he had. But at that point in time, we got 6 sacks, Ocho. We got 6 sacks. I'm in a 1-point game at home on the road against a team that's fighting for their lives. I got them on the road. I got him on the ropes, Ocho. I got him on the ropes. I got him on the ropes, Ocho.
I got to knock him out.
I know all the air has been vacuumed up out of that building.
Oh yeah. You got to close the show out.
I'm not so sure I don't go for 2 on the road with a rookie quarterback, Ocho. I know it interested. Like I don't know if you listen to the sound. I don't know what the commentator said. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see once this thing start rolling. I'm gonna look around and see what people are saying. It's gonna be interesting to see what people said and what they thought they should have done. But I think in that situation with a rookie quarterback on the road and the dramatic effect of that, I think I go, because here's the thing, Ocho. It's gonna come down to next week. Yeah. The Chiefs are not playing their team. No. The Broncos, you're at home.
Hey. Why you so happy?
I mean, the Chiefs, they got home field. Trav was up here in New York. He was in New York with Kelly.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I said it 2 weeks ago, and I said it before this game. I told you what was gonna happen. I manifested this. I told you the Bengals were gonna win their last 3. We took care of business last week. I told you what we're gonna do to your Broncos. I didn't say anything in a malicious manner. I did it very respectfully. You didn't believe me. You said y'all was gonna win. Boom. Now you got egg on your face. Okay, so you can't say foot or ball the rest of the night. Matter of fact, you can't say any other words tonight that start with a letter B. So say the Broncos. Yeah, you can't say nothing else. Now next week, the Bengals. We got the Steelers. Yes. We're going to take care of business. I'm no disrespect. If we have any Steeler fans in the chat, I mean no disrespect. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or malicious in any way. I'm talking about my Bengals and what we're going to do. We're going to squeeze into the playoffs. We're going to squeeze into the playoffs, and we're going to be a team that nobody wants to play. From an offensive perspective, I don't believe you get into the playoffs. I can't talk about defense. I don't play defense. I'm just saying offensively, if we got to score 50, bitch, we got to score 50 and hope we can hold the team to 45. And as far as the Broncos are concerned, they got to play the Chiefs next week. I don't think the Broncos team could be the Chiefs B team. That's how I'm feeling.
They had the Chiefs A team on the ropes.
Block the kick at the end of the game. Yeah.
Hey, remember, they beat them last year in Denver. They blew them out last year in Denver. For whatever reason, the Broncos, even with Patrick Mahomes was playing at his best, the Broncos have always played them tough.
Always.
It does. Even when they didn't have, obviously now when they had Peyton Manning, they beat them. But even when they have lesser tier quarterback, when they had some of the other quarterbacks that they've had, Ocho, they've always played the Chiefs tough. And we know Chiefs going to the Super Bowl damn near, 4 out of the last 6 years, and they've won 3 of them. But for some reason, obviously it's a division team.
It is.
You're very familiar with them. But they play them tough. Michael Parsons, if Joe Burrow takes this team for the playoff, I don't even think it should be a question who MVP is. GD, best in the world right now. I disagree with that. I just don't believe you can have 7 losses and be the MVP. 5, if he had the same record as Lamar Jackson, you could make a case. But is Lamar Jackson not playing football right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just raved about Lamar Jackson for Christmas. What he did, the 48-yard run, which was his fastest speed he's ever accumulated. He said, "Man, but I was jogging." He threw 3 touchdowns. Look, if Joe Burrow had 5 losses, the same as I got a case. You got to make a case for it.
We got a conversation, and we talked about the MVP race not long ago when I was mentioning. I don't like the fact that the wins and losses total affects whether someone is in contention to be able to win the MVP, because in its totality, it's not fair. It's an individual award based on your individual performance, but wins and losses come into play when it comes to MVP nominations. And you look at
how much did that performance, the question that the voters are going to have, how much did that performance go towards your team winning? So that's how they're going to look at Ocho. So you putting up great numbers, but so now people look at it like, well, you putting up great numbers in a losing effort. See, Jordan didn't really get the credit that Jordan deserved until Jordan started winning championships. Now they started giving him MVPs. Now he had that extraordinary season where he averaged, he was defensive player of the year. He averaged 37, 8-8, defensive player of the year. But once he started winning championships,
is there?
Now it's gonna be. Look, I think, and I said this before. Even when they said the MVP race was over, I said it's not over. I said because Lamar is still playing. I said, look, and I'm not taking anything away from Josh because you and I come out here. Ocho, the man had 6 touchdowns. Ocho, he ran for a touchdown, he caught a touchdown, he threw a touchdown, and he's been putting up great numbers. But Lamar Jackson is 39-4.
That's cool.
Touchdowns.
Crazy work.
39-4.
Crazy work.
He's gonna be over 4,000 yards, and he has like 800 yards rushing. That's correct. No other quarterback could have done what Lamar's doing, but Lamar Jackson. There's not a quarterback that could have thrown for the number of touchdowns that he threw for.
Hey, can you see?
Rush for the number of yards that he rushed for, huh?
Me?
Of course not.
Man. Oh, there we go. My bad. You know, I got
T. Higgins finished the game with 11 catches, a buck. T. Higgins finished the game with 11 catches, a buck 31, 3 touchdowns, including the game winning overtime. Chase Hentz, if that was his last game in this stadium, he went out with a bang. But that's a big if. Look, everybody's, Ocho, you know this. Everybody's saying the right thing. We won't, and there's no doubt in my mind, they want T back. No. But if I'm T, Ocho, wasn't T a second round pick?
Yeah, I think he did early second too, if I'm not mistaken.
Early second round.
If I'm not mistaken.
Ocho. The first contract, you don't give a hometown discount. You do that the second contract. That's if you choose to. Now, because see, like if T was a first round pick, but if I'm a first round, I'm still thinking I got to get one big payday. I got to hit him over the head one time because I know Ocho. Eventually, they're gonna come to me and say, "Take a pay cut."
It's coming.
Or you have to everybody. It's happening. Listen, it's not if it's gonna happen. It's when it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Go study your history and look at all your greats that was great with one team, and they had to move on because whatever casualty, they wanted to go in a different direction, and that is the team choice. Because when the teams do it, the team always says it's a business decision. But the moment you don't take less money, Ocho, they say he's not a team player. He's being selfish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, listen, when I think about it, man, I think T gonna see this, and I mean, all the Bengals fans in the chat, I understand how you feel about T, about him wanting to stay on your team, but I think about before you even made it. I'm thinking about before you even made it, all the sacrifices, the pickups, the drop off, the mama, the ups, the downs, the obstacles to even get to this point and understanding I want to reach the pinnacle of my childhood dream and making it to the NFL. It just so happens to be the Bengals. Now it's time for me to get paid for all the work I put in before I even got here. Huh? Before I even got here, when your mama had to pick you up from school, drop you off at practice, yeah, man, I'm thinking about all the work you done put in. Now it's time for that to be paid in full, not in discount because of where I'm at. No, man, you don't do that.
And guess what, Ocho? Ocho, you made me swim shark-infested waters. I came out on the other side, and I'm, and now you want me to give you a discount? Because you could have signed me last year. Same thing with Chase. Chase ain't gonna give y'all no discount. Chase got, I mean, I look, I don't think nobody's gonna catch him in touchdown, and now he's over 200 yards, like 220 in front of JJ.
And the funny thing, I hear people always say, "Oh, we can pay T and we can pay R." No, you fucking can't. This ain't
Monopoly.
Madden. This ain't a video game. This is real life. You know what defense? We have to address the defense. What are you talking about?
You got to.
We're gonna have a $55 million quarterback. We're gonna have a $40 million receiver, and then
a $30 million number 2 receiver.
And T ain't finna be making no 30 goddamn million. He needs to go. He needs to be somewhere where he can get what he deserves. He's not number 2 receiver money. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to him and the work he's done put in. And I'm more Bengal than any Bengal fan. And I'm telling you how it should be. He needs to get paid.
But you realistic though, Ocho. You understand, Ocho, as great a player as you was, you understand that they said, okay, Ocho, we appreciate what you've done, but we're going in a different direction. And a lot, fans don't get that. Fans don't, and you can look, Broncos did the same thing with me. I understand. I still love the Broncos because they gave me that opportunity. They gave me an opportunity I'm not so sure somebody else would have. And they believed in me. Dan Reeves believed in me. Wade Phillips believed with me. Mike Shanahan. The fans, they embraced me and my family. And I appreciate that. But I understand the business of it. And y'all can't say that I'm selfish. Because, go ahead.
And you know what's funny to me? It's selfish of fans as well to say we can pay all the players. Why would you have 3 players with that kind of money, with all the money tied up into the offense, and just 3 players, and then not be able to address the issues when we've had one of the worst defenses for a 17-game season? It's also selfish to say, oh, we can keep T, understanding that T's not going to get what he deserves, and he has to take less because we have the best receiver in the NFL. Matter of fact, we have the best Bengal receiver in history who's due for a pay. Not one Brinks truck. They better back up 3 of them motherfuckers for Chase.
Blank check.
You got a $55 million quarterback, and now you're telling T, here, just
take 25, 28
take
million.
What's left. Like, what the fuck? Come on, man.
No, you have a Super Bowl offense with a Bud Bowl defense.
It's not gonna work.
You
have to score 80 points a game.
It won't. And you see the one mistake like to doom you. Imagine when you have 2 or 3. I mean, think about it. You had the one mistake. You had the one mistake against Baltimore in Baltimore, and that cost you the game. And you had one turnover against the Broncos. You go and the thing was you're going to put the game away. Oh, think about it. You was going to Baltimore when they were in Cincinnati. You're going to put them away and the fumble. Right back in the game. So you can really never rest with that defense. You definitely have to address that defense. But congratulations to the Bengals. They keep their slim playoff hopes alive.
Thank you.
In dramatic fashion with a 30-24 win in overtime over my Broncos.
Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals? Who they? Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals?
Oh, that's what I think. The
Nobody.
same thing make you laugh. Same thing to make you laugh, have you wringing your hands
But
and crying.
I tell you one
We
thing,
will,
I'm not going to be crying no
what?
time soon. I'm not going to be crying next week when we beat the Steelers too.
When the
We're gonna beat the
Broncos,
Steelers too.
when the Broncos beat the Chiefs,
Hey, y'all not finna beat the Chiefs, even without Kelsey, even with Mahomes not playing. Andy Reid ain't finna go for that. Andy Reid not finna go for that. Now listen, you can hear the tone in my voice. And if you listen to my delivery, you know I mean business. Now you can put it on the floor. You were scared to bet the last game because I knew I was gonna double up on my money.
I bet you a stack. I bet you a stack we beat the Chiefs. You owe me 3.
Okay. Well, put it on the floor then.
There it is. There it is. Saw him coming.
Put it on,
I saw him coming. He didn't know I saw him, Chad. You also I walked him into that trap.
Put it on the floor.
I walked him into the trap.
We betting 1,000 or what?
Betting 1,000. Chad, y'all heard it now. Y'all heard it.
You gonna be mad.
When I win, Ocho now owes me 4.
You gonna be mad. Matter of fact, you know what? And it's the case. When we do the live show in New Orleans, I'm gonna bring cash.
Okay, that's what I like.
$100 bill.
Yeah. Money talk, but cash screams.
But the funny thing about it is I ain't finna owe you nothing because you finna lose this bet.
No, I ain't
lose this bet.
Ocho, you still gonna owe me 2, but I want 4.
Why would I owe you 2?
Because you owe me 3.
Hey, you know what? As long as I owe you that 2, one thing about it, boy, you'll never go broke, boy.
I am broke because I can't get my hands on it. I'm broke. I don't know if you know how money works. That's why they install ATM machines. Because if you got money in the bank and you can't get it when you want to, you broke.
Okay.
The Chargers clinch a playoff spot in the first season of Jim Harbaugh as their new head coach with a 40-7 victory over the Patriots. Jim Harbaugh secures a $1 million bonus for clinching a playoff spot. Chargers are headed to the postseason after a wild offseason. Hired Coach Harbaugh as head coach, let Austin Eckler go in free agency, traded Keenan Allen, released Mike Williams, drafted Ladd McConkey in the second round. Everybody laughed. Now he has 77 catches, over 1,000 yards, and like 6 or 7 touchdowns. Ain't nobody laughing now. It's their first 10-win season since the playoff berth in 2022. No, who's surprised? But this is what he does. He takes teams everywhere. Go look him at San Diego. Go look at him at Stanford. Go look at him at the Niners. Go look at him at Michigan, his alma mater. This is what he does. Now, normally it takes him at least a year. It ain't take him a year.
He turned them around right away, especially with the defense that they do have. He got them boys playing some ball because they ain't looked nothing like that last year on defense.
Just goes to show you how poorly coached they were. Because look at some of the pieces that they let go and look at what they're able to do. Just goes to show you. Coaching does matter. It does.
Listen, that goddamn Jim they got from Georgia. Hey, Chad.
Oh, Ladd McConkey?
That goddamn Jim they got from Georgia, that Ladd McConkey? Boy, you talk about play some ball? But that boy out there playing some football. You hear me? Hey, Ladd. I want a jersey, please. I know you saw that.
Oh, he legit. Oh, he for real. No. He for real. The thing is, Ocho, he got shakes. That's what you need to play in the slot. You got to have shakes, but he got above average speed.
He's fast now. You know who he remind me of? He with his ability, his short area quickness, his ability to get in and out of cuts, but he has top end speed like an outside receiver. Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
But he got better top end speed and he's better with the ball in his hands. He's nice.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Renfrow. He just fell off a cliff.
I don't know. He was with the Raiders last, right?
Yeah, I think he's still with the Raiders. I think he might be nicked. They might have released him or something. But congratulations. I mean, Harbaugh's done an unbelievable job. I think that answers your question, Coach of the Year. I mean, he's going to be in the look. I think he's going to be in the running. I think you got to put Kevin O'Connell in the running. Who else? Obviously, Campbell. He's in the running. But this team, for what they've been able to do, they got 10 wins, could possibly get 11. I don't think anybody would be surprised if Jim Harbaugh won Coach of the Year, but there's some other worthy candidates. Like I said, you look at a Dan Campbell, you look at a Kevin O'Connell, Matt LaFleur. I think Sean Payton deserves to get some credit also for what the job that he's done with the Broncos. But man, Jim Harbaugh, his ability to coach there, you can't deny his ability to coach. You might not. And Harv, it's time, bro. You got that hip replacement or knee replacement walk. You see how you? Hey, I ain't telling you what I'm telling you because I had that walk. My brother had that walk. I saw Sap. You know that walk. If you've had replacement, a knee or hip replaced, you know the walk when you see it. He gonna have to get one of them. He gonna have to get one of them done soon. Cause I know he in pain. And all that standing.
Yeah, during the game.
Boy, everything hurt when I hit my hip. And I'm standing, walking, sleeping, sex. I mean, I'm like, well, damn. Whoa. Is there anything I can do that I'm not in pain?
Okay. You know what you could do to relieve that now.
What?
Anytime you have horizontal activity, you can take a Tylenol. Take 2 Tylenols. Now
I did.
Relieve.
Well, I was taking 3-4 Advil.
3 or 4. Oh, you mean 200 milligram? Okay, that's okay.
I don't know how many milligrams it was, because boy, I was in extreme pain. I remember thinking to myself, man, I can see how people get hooked on narcotics with the pain that I'm in right now.
I see what you mean.
Oh boy, I'm talking about when you go to the Unc Ocho and they ask you, say, okay, what's your level of pain on a scale of 1 to 10? It's a 10. Oh, it's a 12. Ocho, I'm talking about cry. I'm talking about go in the bathroom and they think you cleaning up, you crying.
Damn.
You crying because that level of pain, because your hip, because you had to use them. You had to use them.
Right. Yeah.
And me, I can't just do typical. I got to walk.
Yeah. There you go. Hey.
Sometimes
make a touch every motherfucking corner in the house now. You hear me?
Hit a knee. Sometimes I hit a knee and come up from there. Oh. You still shade now. You still shade. I have to play that in my head. Ian, do you know who you are? Let them know. Baby, you okay? Nah, but I will be.
Hell no. Hey, that's the same thing, right? Man. You know how we talk about when we were younger, the things we could do when we were younger on the football field?
Yeah.
Get older, and your mind, you know what you could do, but you just can't execute it the right way when you get older. Hey, same concept.
Wow.
Same
concept. I'm still as adventurous, but I think the world done got smaller for me. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is, Ocho. I think that's what it is. I still see beyond the horizon.
Hey,
oh well.
How that work? I ain't got to that place yet. I haven't got to that place yet, and I thank God and I pray. I pray as I have a birthday coming up in a week and a half.
But that's the thing, man. Keep your help.
As the days go, I know my time is coming. I know it's coming. Where things don't work the way they used to. I'm not able to what's the word? I'm not able to hit the intersection the way I used to hit the intersection. Sometimes I might have to use my blinker. Before, I never used to use my blinker. I used to just go.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes, Ocho, look here. You just get in that slow lane, the right lane, and just stay there. Go ahead and put your blinker on when you leave the house. Just know at some point in time, Ocho, you're going to have to turn right. Just go ahead and put your blinker on. You in the slow lane. Hey, come on by. Hey, I had an aunt. She put that blink on as soon as she get on the road. Stay in that right lane. Like, damn, we ain't gonna ever get there. I know people mad because Ocho, you hate that. You behind somebody, they got their blink on, and you think they're gonna turn, and they done go on another 6-7 miles, and blinker still. Man, cut that blink off. Get your ass out the way. Patriots wide receiver Demario Douglas. I'm tired of losing. Reports of Pats fans yelling Vrabel after another Pats loss. I mean, you see how well they played last week in Buffalo on the road? And they came, and they were never in this game.
They were close. They were close last week. They were close.
Yeah.
I can sense as a player, especially Mr. Douglas. I understand his frustrations. A season like that, Drake made quarterback, new head coach, expectations, playing for a historic franchise, being there, hoping you're gonna win the way they used to, and probably at this point, after what they've only won 3 games, today.
3 or 4.
Yeah, I mean it's frustrating, and it probably has worn on them. And I think it's no need to be upset. Understand that you have an opportunity to purchase tickets to Jamaica, Cancun.
At a
Yeah,
discount because you get first
yeah,
dibs on
yeah,
them.
yeah,
And that's the thing, though, Ocho. He has to
yeah,
understand is that you had the third pick in the draft for a
yeah,
reason. So clearly that team doesn't have a lot of
yeah,
talent. And then you talk about a team that doesn't have a lot of
mhm,
talent, and you got a
yeah.
rookie.
You have a rookie, but you have a promising rookie. He has some
Yes,
ups and downs. His downs were down, but when he was up and looking good, very promising quarterback. Very promising
you got to
quarterback
just
in
put
Drake May.
you got to put some more pieces
Yeah.
around him. Ocho, the number 17 BYU Cougars defeated the number 23 Colorado Buffaloes 36-14. Colorado was held to 210 total yards, only 2 net yards rushing. The Buffaloes were shut out in the first half while being limited to 61 total yards. They had 90 yards in the fourth quarter, with the Cougars leading by 29. Shador was sacked 3 times through 2 interceptions. He passed for 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, while completing 16 of 23 passes. Travis Hunter had 4 receptions for 106 yards, including a 43-yard touchdown, electric touchdown in the third
Mhm.
quarter. Ocho,
Talk to me. Because BYU ain't no slouch, boy,
they're not a
at
slouch,
all.
but you got to have a better effort than
Yeah.
this. They were never in the
Mm-mm.
game. You give up a punt return for a
Yeah.
touchdown. You give up an onside kick. It's Coach Prime's job to have this team
Mhm.
prepared and ready to
Mhm.
play better than what they
Yeah.
showed up today.
The
It's really
yeah.
that simple. Let's not make it like, oh, they had a chance. No, they didn't.
Hmm.
No, after the first 2 series, Ocho, you knew Colorado didn't have no chance of winning
You
this
could
game.
almost see it a little bit. It looked as if they didn't belong.
I, Ocho, I thought this. I thought this. I was like, well,
Listen,
damn.
it almost looked like they didn't belong, as if they were the JV team and the JV team is scrimmaging against varsity. For some reason, BYU just looked a little
Fast.
faster. They look a little bit more dominant at the point of attack. I'm like, but
Yes.
something ain't right.
Uh, I thought Ocho. I thought the
Okay,
exact
okay.
same thing. I was like, well,
Yeah, I was
damn.
trying
They running
to
circles
say,
around you. I was
they
like,
were more physical. I'm like, wait a minute now. Now, if my memory serves me correct, and I'm thinking of the old BYU and not thinking of the new BYU, the culture over there has changed. The players over there have changed, and the boys flying
mhm.
around.
Man, I thought, hey, I was like, hey, I thought my TV had glitched. I said they got them boys in fast. I said, man, ain't no way they
Yeah,
moving that fast. Man, that dude hit that cone on that what Ocho. That dude hit that cone on the punt return. I was like, what that is anybody gonna get
nah,
close to
he was
him?
moving, boy. He was moving. Just
And then they kick the field goals, come back with an onside
mhm.
kick. See? Because you know what I see on
Yeah.
film? I see when they kick the ball, y'all leaving before the ball
Mhm.
kick. Okay, we got a surprise for you. That's how you block a
Right.
punt. That's how you block a PAT. That's why you do it
Mhm.
onside. You study. Hey, the L3, the L4, they leave real quick. Before the ball's even
Right.
kicked, they already turning to get back in position. We can hit
Mhm.
onside. And that's the perfect time because guess what? See, if you down by 5 points in the fourth quarter, they're expecting it. You're not expecting that in the first
Right.
quarter,
At
are you?
all.
That's why, remember how New Orleans got the Colts in the Super Bowl with the
Mhm.
onside? Open the second half
Yep.
with it, you're not expecting it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Hold on.
Yeah, but
It's a good.
Ocho, I'm watching this game. I'm like, damn. I say these DBs, they do it, they did these receivers up. I'm like, they in their hip
Yep.
pocket. And Colorado resorted back, not staying on their blocks,
Mhm.
and it was just bad. It was just
Yeah.
bad. It was bad. I mean, it was bad. And I'm like, damn.
I think
I
they
mean,
had too
look,
much time
they
out.
had a
I
great
think they had too
season,
much time.
but Ocho, they had a great season. You didn't finish it like you
Mm-hmm.
wanted. I commend Shador for playing. I commend
Fab.
Travis for going out there and playing. But boy, I was like, I didn't Ocho, I ain't gonna lie
Yeah.
to you. I did not. This Colorado looked like the Colorado that lost to Nebraska. Remember they lost to Nebraska
Yes,
earlier in the
sir.
season on the road,
Yeah.
Ocho? And Nebraska put that opener.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what they look
Most
like.
definitely. Most definitely. And the funny thing about it, they look like a team that wasn't prepared, but knowing Prime and understand how his preparation works and the time that he's put in with the players and having a great game plan, having a great scheme, they just weren't able to execute it the right way. And that's on the players. The onus of that is on the players, but obviously there was the 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 main problem where it would always point to the coach when you know that's not the fact.
Yep.
But man, listen, they had a hell of a season. I'm glad Travis Hunter and Shador were able to come out healthy. Uh,
That's
I wish
it.
them all the best too, man. I wish them all the best.
Yep. You wanna get the win. Somebody gotta lose. The thing I like about college football now, there are no more ties. There used to be ties in college
Mhm.
football. That sucked. Uh, ties like kissing a pretty girl through a screen porch. You know what I'm saying? You got the screen up there and she on the other
Right.
side. Ain't no lips touching, ain't
Nothing.
nothing. I ain't trying to tie nobody. I don't want no tie.
Hmm.
Tie your shoes. Damn sure ain't tying no football game. We don't go out there and compete Ocho for an
Yeah.
hour. And then all of a sudden, okay, that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Hell nah. But congratulations, BYU. We don't want to take anything away from you. This is look. Obviously, we did a lot of covering of Colorado. Coach Prime is a friend of the show. Uh, but you guys, y'all put it on them. Y'all opened up a can. They went with the purpose. They showed up. Ocho, they showed up. They showed up with the sole purpose of doing what they did to
Mhm.
Colorado. They said the world's gonna be watching
Yeah.
Colorado, but make them remember
Yeah.
us. We remember you, bro. We remember because y'all did
They
a number
did.
on them. Y'all did a number on them.
They did. Yes, sir.
Ocho, Cam Ward sets the NCAA Division I mark with his 156 touchdown pass in the Miami loss, but doesn't come out in the second half. After the loss, Miami coach Mario Cristobal was asked about the decision for Ward to sit. All meetings with player and decision like that, we made them
Mhm.
private. We kept them
Right.
private. So I prefer not to answer any questions as it relates to that. But I know he played his best while he was in there. Is it a good look or a bad look? I'll go
You know,
first. It's a
hey,
terrible
when I
look.
think about it, it's a good look.
Hmm.
The fact that he even played and he played, I'm not sure if something may happen in the first half where it kind of scared him away from wanting to play in the second half. But if you played the first half, you might as well finish the second. Now that's just my thought. I'm already, I'm
Yes.
already in there. I mean, I'm just you want to win the game. You play to win the game. If you don't want to leave your teammates hanging. If you're gonna start the game, you might as well finish it. I mean that's just my thinking.
I think everybody's thinking like
Yeah,
that,
so
Ocho.
I don't understand.
And I can,
I think something might have happened. Something might have happened.
I
You
don't.
don't?
I think he got out. He like I'm unscathed in the first. I'm
Right.
unscathed. I ain't gonna tempt fate. But my thing is just don't play.
At all. There would be no.
Just don't play at all. No, just
Yeah,
don't
I
play at
mean,
all.
if you're gonna start something, you got to finish it. That's how I look at it.
You got
That's
to,
how I look at it.
and I think the thing, I agree with you, and I think scouts and I think pro personnel are gonna, they're gonna look, they're not gonna look favorable upon that
Right.
decision, because they're saying if you're there, you took yourself out of the
Yeah.
game. And but the myth, hold on, Ocho, but he said all meetings with players and decisions like that, we made them in private. We keep them in
Mhm.
private. So I prefer not to answer any questions as it relate to that. If that was his decision, he would have said that was my
Mhm.
decision, and we're going to go
Right.
with that. Clearly, it was not his
Mhm.
decision because he doesn't want the kid to
Right.
look bad. I give him credit, but I think the average
Mhm.
person knows that the kid made a
Right.
decision, and that's his decision to make. But for me, if I start, I'm gonna
Yeah.
finish. Either I'm gonna play the whole game, or I'm
Playing
not
it
playing at
all.
all.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I kind of understand it, but I kind of don't. It kind of makes sense, but then when I sit back and think about it, it really doesn't either. What's the point of playing 2 quarters and not playing the second? The next two?
Thank you,
Hey, look,
Ocho.
I,
Thank you.
I don't know. So that's why I keep saying I think something must have happened in the first half. That's why I keep saying that because there's no way.
It did happen. He threw 3 touchdown passes and he didn't
Yeah,
get hurt. That's what happened.
especially when I think about it. When I think about it as a competitor, once you're in that environment and you're competing, ain't no way in hell you
Ain't
coming
leaving.
out.
Nope.
Absolutely not. I mean, it's just in your nature. When you get hurt, they can barely pull players out the game.
Right. I mean, for a guy to, even if he's hurt, Ocho, he has to be really hurt where he feels he can't do his job, or he's going to end up hurting himself or putting a team in harm's way. Other than that, the guy's not coming out. That's the heart. That's why they started having spotters with concussions, because guys wouldn't come out of the game, or they would lie and say, "Nah, I'm good." But now they have, because sometimes the one thing that we do know about this, Ocho, sometimes you have to protect us from ourselves,
especially athletes.
You got to protect us from ourselves. But for me, I think this is a bad look. I think scouts, it's going to be very interesting, because I can assure you, you and I have we've been in those meetings at the combine where they go in there and they're going to say, "Son, tell us what you were thinking. Why didn't you play the second half?" Now, just so you know, your head coach is going to tell them. So don't go in there and think you pulling the wool over somebody's eyes. Ocho, they don't talk to coaches.
They know everything. But in his case, in his defense, when they turn the film on, the entirety of the season, you know what you're getting. Outside of what he pulled tonight in that second half, as a quarterback, any team that may need one, and it's a few of them, up in them first 5 picks, you know what you're getting as a quarterback.
But sometimes when it comes to that guy, to that position, it's the intangible.
They real
is what you cannot see. I know he has the arm. I know he has legs. I know he can make plays in and out of the pocket. But that's not where Tom Brady was measured. That's not where a lot of the greats are measured. It's the intangibles. It's what you cannot measure because you cannot see it. I ain't telling what somebody tell you, because I'm really good friends with guys that pick players for a living and do a damn good job. I don't know if y'all noticed this guy named Ozzie Newsome. Y'all might have heard of him. His first draft pick ever was a first ballot Hall of Famer. His second draft pick ever was a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't know if y'all might have heard of him. Jonathan Ogden and Ray Lewis.
Oh, yeah, Ray.
Both on the all-century team.
Ray. I used to run. Yeah, I used to pump Ray all the time.
And guess what? Ed Reed, he was first ballot. Suggs is a finalist this year.
Legends.
Yes. And guess what? Marshall Yonder, he's a finalist this year. He drafted Lamar Jackson. I'm telling you. Now, Ozzie's a little bit, look, Ozzie understands the environment of a Raven and what it's like to be a Raven. Ozzie's one of the few guys that he really doesn't hold. Like a lot of teams, Ocho, hold like you have something like he got a, that ain't what Ozzie do. Ozzie, I'm telling you how Ozzie Newsome is. Ozzie say, "You know what? We get to be you.
Oh, yeah.
Just be you. Go play football. Be you. We ain't trying to get you to conform to anything. We play hard. We play tough. We come to work every day." That's why they got the phrase "play like a Raven." But for me, it was a bad look. It's going to be very interesting when they get him in the rooms and they ask him, and I'm sure everybody's going to ask him the question. They're going to ask a lot of these guys, because a lot of times people, it's like your parents ask you a question they already know the answer to. They just want to see if you're going to lie. They already know. Or sometimes your girl, so who is such and such? They already know who such and such is.
And the first thing you're going to say, who?
Who?
Wait, let me see. Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Such
and such.
Listen,
blah, blah, blah.
Hey, it's 2 things you don't want to hear from your old lady, boy. When your heart drop. Is who is this? And we need to talk.
Yeah.
Who is this? And we need to talk. Boy, look here. You get the backtracking and thinking about, well, damn, I ain't do. Did I?
You start to think, well, how much does she really know? Does she really know? She's speculating. Because women got great tuition. Now me, I got 4 words. I don't I heard it like 3 times.
What? Talk to me.
Shannon.
I'm pregnant.
Yo, I just heard that. Are you a parent? Are you echoing what she said? Damn. Man, I heard the 3 words Ocho. I said, Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
Oh man. Listen, when I look back at it,
what did they tell you, Ocho? So where were you when first time you heard Chad? I'm pregnant.
But you know what? There was a method to my madness.
Oh, you were shooting up the club intentionally,
huh? I mean, the way I do, and it might be frowned upon based on the way I did things, is I wanted to have kids not only with women that were athletic, but I also wanted to make sure they were women that I knew before I even made it. I need people from where I come from my struggle, from my same background, so there were no issues in the understanding that the child came first. And if our union doesn't work out, there will be no vindictive nature, in reasoning to do the things that you see others that have
some people do
or genuine interest in you in general, outside of what they can get. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, I want an athletic baby. So if we were going to lay down in any way, horizontally or vertically, I need to see some high school footage. Can you run? Are you athletic? I take you to Dave and Buster's. Can you roller skate? Did you play volleyball? Were you a cheerleader? Did you run track? Did you do anything athletic? If you did, that gives me an advantage with my DNA and yours. That gives my child a competitive advantage right away.
Well, I guess I should have did that, but they was quick to cut them lights off, so that worked for me. I don't know if they can run around the track, Ocho. I don't know if they can hit a softball, shoot a basketball, play kickball, frisbee, whatever else, cheerleader. I don't know what they did, but they were real quick cutting them lights off. So, hell, seemed like it. Ocho, the Hurricanes, your Hurricanes, are now 1-12 in bowl games since 2008.
I saw that stat, man. I'm like, but God damn. But listen, they turned that program around though. They're not as bad. They might be 1-12 in bowl games, but they didn't look good this year, boy. It's been a long time coming since we've had a competitive University of Miami team that played well the way they did this year.
Ocho, the Browns and Deshaun Watson have agreed to terms on a contract restructure, easing the salary cap burden for years to come. The reworked deal also signals that Watson is expected to be with the Browns next season. This is about cap space after the deal is up. The Browns mentioned they will bring a quarterback in for competition.
Who would they bring in? Huh?
Somebody.
I like the fact that they are bringing him back. God damn, I wanted this to work for him so bad. It just hasn't panned out the way it should be. I'm hoping and wishing and wanting to see that same Deshaun Watson that we got to see when he was in Houston, when he didn't have the weapons that he has at his disposal right now in Cleveland, and it just hasn't panned out to be just that. He gets another shot at it. He gets another opportunity at it. Another off-season training, another mini camp, another training camp. So I'm hoping he gets Achilles, right?
Yeah, he ruptures his Achilles.
I mean,
it's just hard for me to see Ocho after being so far removed from when we saw you at your best. Now the injuries, an Achilles injury, he had shoulder surgery. The shoulder surgery is they're easy to overcome, but that Achilles,
that's a different ball game.
It's just hard, Ocho. You just don't see guys like do what he's done and then all of a sudden ascend back up. It's like, it's like a plane. Boy, it's hard to get. Hey, now you get one of those little crop dusters. It's easy to pull them out of a nosedive. But when you got a jumbo jet,
it's difficult. I mean, even if we don't get the Deshaun Watson of old, can we get the Deshaun Watson that we can count on? A Deshaun Watson that can not turn the ball over, make all the throws, be able to hand it off to Chubb.
I don't even recognize this guy.
Yeah, I mean, this
I don't recognize him, Ocho. What we saw in Houston, and and I'm just saying, okay, let's just say we don't get 100% of what we saw in Houston. Let's get 90. Can we get 85, 90? Ocho, I don't know if we've gotten 40% of what he was in Houston. It's not even been close.
Yeah, but
it seemed like everybody looks better in that offense than him.
Yeah.
Flacco threw the ball better in that offense than him. Jameis throws the ball, but now look, granted, Jameis is a turnover machine, but at least Jameis is throwing for 300-400 yards. I don't know if Deshaun has had a 300-yard game in that offense. And when you can run the ball with Chubb, because he's had some years where Chubb was healthy. Now this year Chubb started, he wasn't healthy. Last year he got nicked, but man, I just don't know. I hope, I want to see. Because nobody want to see the guy. I mean, Ocho, the guy got traded at 26. In his prime, we don't see guys, we don't see quarterbacks.
No, never.
Unless they have injury. We saw, Brady left, but Brady was in year 20. Manning left, but he had a serious injury. We saw Drew Brees, but Drew Brees wasn't the Drew Brees but he still had an injury. But he wasn't the Drew Brees in with the Chargers that he became with their Saints. So it's an anomaly that we see guys, quarterbacks. Rodgers left, but you look at what year was it with Rodgers? Like 18, 19? Same thing with Favre. Like what, 16, 17? Normally we don't see 26-year-old quarterbacks that are uninjured leave. So hopefully he can get this figured. I hope he can get this thing figured out. Ocho, I'm the only one that's not surprised by this. My dog, ED isn't rooting for Saquon to break his record. Hall of Famer ED, Eric Dickerson, was honest about how he feels. I don't think he'll break it. Do I want him to break it? Absolutely not. ED was also quick to point out Saquon, if he does, he'll do it in 17 regular season games, one more than ED. ED, you do realize that you broke OJ's record in 16 games, and OJ's with 2014. What are we talking about? That's why I'm saying, Ocho, remember we had that conversation? You say, should we add an asterisk? And I said, no. Because at one point in time, the records were in a 12-game schedule. And then it went to a 14-game. And then it went to a 16-game. And eventually it's going to go to an 18-game. So maybe if you get a receiver and he plays a good 12, 13, 14 years, he could challenge Jerry's record. Because if he plays that length of time, that's an extra season, a season and a half. So now the record, all of a sudden, the sack total, you might have somebody, Ocho, catch 160 balls. You might have you gonna get a 2,000-yard receiver because they're playing more games, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So you say,
but I'm not surprised. ED also, I don't pull no punches on that, but I'm not whining about it. He has 17 games to do it. Saquon is 268 yards away from ED's record that he set 2105 during the 84th season. Remember, in that season, Dan Marino was the MVP. ED was the offensive rookie of the year. That was the year Dan went 48 touchdowns, which broke Dan Fouts' record, but he also went 5,000, which many thought was impossible. 5,000 in 16 games in that era, that's like 6,000 yards in today's era. But I digress. The Eagles have 2 more games on the remaining schedule. He's 1,838 yards. He has to average 133.5. Now, he's playing the Giants and the Cowboys, both who are terrible against the run.
Hey.
Now, it's going to be a little different.
Why you say that?
Because there's no threat of Jalen Hurts. Kenny Pickett is going to get the start.
So Jalen is already out.
He's already out.
But you know who they're gonna put the team on Saquon back now. Put the team on
Yeah.
Saquon back. When they have to throw, they will. I think AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, hey, listen, you already understand the landscape of the game, understand the game plan going in. I don't think you're gonna get the balls you might want. It's not gonna be the same. Play calling
No.
changes significantly when the number two quarterback is in the game. It ain't gonna be the same. So it's gonna be some mad faces on that sideline now.
All I know, Ocho, if I'm the Cowboys and Giants, you ain't getting no record against me. You ain't finna have me in the
But I
record
don't know how
books.
they're gonna stop it. They ain't stopping nobody else.
Easy. I don't care. I don't care if Kenny Pickett throw for 5,000 yards. He ain't getting it. And the Giants, I don't care if AJ and
Right.
Devontae go for 250 apiece. He not breaking no
Yeah.
Ocho. You see that sack record? They keep showing it, right?
2205, yeah.
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 And Michael Strahan and the Packers right there. Yeah. The touchdown
Right.
mark. The yardage marked. You know, you said, oh no, you ain't getting no record
Right.
on me. Mm-mm. I ain't finna be in your highlight. Not gonna happen. No can do. Saquon has topped that number in 6 of his 15 games. With Jalen Hurts being out with a concussion, the Eagles made more. And guess what? Now he gonna get opportunity because they're not gonna just drop back and throw the
Yeah.
ball.
No.
And the Cowboys are weak against the rush. The Eagles' offensive line is very, very good. They're physical. You're gonna have to match their physicality.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh yeah. He
But I'm not surprised. Look, like I said, I know Ed. We worked at Fox together, but I've known Ed for a number of
right.
years. He make no secret about it. People like, oh, Ed never made any secrets about it. He don't want anybody to break
Yeah.
that record.
Most definitely. I mean, listen, records are meant to be broken. There's some
They
there
are. Some people hold them more count. I didn't. I broke somebody's record,
yeah.
Ocho. I did. So it didn't mean anything when Tony got my record and eventually Kittle or Kelsey gonna have more 150-yard games than I
Right.
got. And okay, and
It,
I did. Ocho, all I could do was the best I
mm-hmm.
could do. I can't measure. If somebody breaks my record, I'm not measuring myself against them. I did the best I could do. I got everything I could out of my ability, Ocho. So what somebody else did, that doesn't diminish what I
Right.
did. And I think sometimes people look at it like that, Ocho. Sometimes if somebody I had a record, they broke it. Now no, ain't no comparison.
Yeah.
Ed, I don't think anybody's gonna compare Saquon to you,
No.
bro. Bro, you a top 100 running back. Top 100. You a top 100 player in the history of the NFL. Your place is
Yeah.
secure.
Different.
And when I see you, I'm gonna say, man, you need and let that ish go and put up a sign say break that record, Saquon.
Oh man.
The Sacramento Kings fired Mike Brown on
Oh
Friday.
man.
He was just 31. He was just 31 games into his third season as head coach, and just got 2 years removed from being coach of the year after ending Sacramento's 16 season playoff drought as the number 3 seed, no less. The Kings, after adding DeMar DeRozan this summer, has gotten off to a rough start, starting the season in 31 games, 13 and 18, and have lost 5 straight. Brown did a presser at the full practice was fired. He was informed on a phone call as he was on his way to the airport to leave to play the Lakers.
Damn.
At first, Mike Malone, this is what Mike Malone had to say. He went scorched earth on his former employee, Fine Mike. At first, I was really shocked and surprised. Then I caught myself. I said, "Why am I shocked and surprised?" I'm not. I'm not for two reasons. One, because as an NBA head coach, ultimately you're going to get the blame. When the Kings win, the credit goes to Fox and Sabonis. When they lose, they blame going to go on Mike Brown. That's the way
Right.
it works. And for two, who he works for. So I'm not surprised that Mike got fired because I got fired by the same person. And really, what peed me off about the fact that they lost tonight in the 5th game in a row. I believe Tough fouling the jump shooter. They had practice this morning. How he does the media. He's in his car heading to the airport, fly to L.A. They call him on the phone and tell him he's fired. No class, no cojones. That's all I'll say about
Damn.
that. Mike, I think you said a lot. I don't think you need to add anything. I don't think you need to add anything to that.
Why would they wait if you already know? Especially a decision like that is already been made. It's not like, y'all want to fire him now. Hey, the man has been through practice and everything, all week long, and then you wait until it's time. He's headed to the airport to go play the Lakers.
Yeah.
Just, you know what?
Yeah.
We come to the decision, we're no longer going to retain you or your contract. You're fired immediately. Can you imagine? Man, I would have cussed on it. Man.
What you gonna do? Okay, you still fired, don't you?
You couldn't have told me that at the facility. You couldn't have told me that before I put this goddamn suit on and headed to the goddamn airport.
Yeah. I think, Ocho, honestly, this is what I think. I mean, it was tough because they had a lead, and it was Fox that fouled a guy on a 3-point shot, and now it's a 4-point play. And he was kind of critical. And normally what happens, you don't criticize your star players. But they just, if I'm not mistaken, I looked this up. Didn't they just give him a contract extension in June?
Darian Fox?
No, Mike Brown.
Damn.
A lot is being made about the comments about De'Aaron Fox. Fox doesn't feel like the Kings roster feels guilt following the. Wow. I wouldn't use the word guilt. That's the nature of the job that we have. Obviously, him signing an extension this summer, we thought we'd be together a whole lot longer. But that's the decision that they made. But at the end of the day, too, he's still getting paid. Wow. A great part of being an NBA player and being an NBA coach, those things happen, but contracts are guaranteed. Wow. I don't think he's disappointed that Mike Brown got fired.
No, probably not. And the fact that you mentioned money, anytime money comes into play when mentioning someone being fired, well, you shouldn't feel that bad because you still get to get paid anyway. Yeah, listen, that's the nature of the business, especially when it comes to basketball for players and coaches. But
I felt bad. Yeah. I felt bad. Ocho, has happened to me twice. Yeah. Let me tell you why I felt bad. Because I feel bad because I feel if I had done my job, the man still have his job. So for you not to feel any guilt, for you not to feel any remorse, you don't feel that you could have done anything different to save this man's job?
Well, the only thing they can do is win and play better. That's pretty much it.
But he said don't have no guilt. So I mean, what? Hey, I mean, he's averaging 26 points. I mean, he's a phenomenal player.
Mr. Brother Fox.
Hell, I wish hey, all things being equal, the Lakers probably should have, probably knowing what we know now, should have taken him over Lonzo. But, Magic wanted a pass first point guard. Fox is more a scorer. But now what do they need? Scoring to go along with AD and LeBron. Now LeBron is out tonight. I think they're playing the King. They are playing the Kings. And AD and Austin Reeves and Rui are having outstanding games right now. But that's just me. But I mean, I'm reading his, and I just read it. He said, I wouldn't use the word guilt. That's the nature of the job that we have. Obviously, him signing his extension this summer, we thought we'd be together a whole lot longer. But that's the decision that they made. But at the end of the day, he's still getting paid. Like, oh, he getting paid, so what?
Why am I feeling bad? Why am I feeling bad about it?
Because had you had played better, maybe had you not fouled that guy on that 3-point shot and you won that game, maybe he'd have his job for another day or another week. And then maybe you guys turn it around, you go on a winning streak, and he still would have been. But that's neither here nor there. We'll never know, Ocho. Ocho, check this out. Billionaire Tyler Perry reveals that his son only gets books and Legos for Christmas and is only allowed to fly commercial until he understands that I work and he does not. I think his son is what, 10? How old is his son? 10, 12 years, 10 years old?
That's not a bad thing, is it? It's not a bad thing.
Books and Legos?
Yeah, but read. Yeah, read. You read.
So that's the only. So if somebody only gave you for Christmas, you only gonna get books and Legos.
Tyler is exaggerating a little bit. I know he's.
We just read what he's saying.
You getting your child, you getting your 10, however old his son or daughter may be. You're getting them more than books and Legos. I know you're getting more than that. I understand.
Well, if it's a
lie, I also understand the lessons about flying commercial. I like that. He's setting the precedent. You're not gonna be spoiled. When your time does come, you need to understand the value of $1. That's what my grandma instilled that in me early now.
Let me ask you a question. Have you seen Tyler Perry's home?
Yeah.
$100 million. How you live in $100 million home and you're not spoiled? You think Tyler getting up and cooking breakfast, or his mom's cooking breakfast? Who cooking breakfast? A chef? You think so? Who you think he has security? So when he goes someplace, you think they got security? Security? Yeah. So how do you not be spoiled in that environment?
And when you're in that environment, and Tyler Perry understands what it took to get to that environment, to be able to get a $100 million house, the work you have to put in and do it, and you want to make sure you instill that in your child, so your child doesn't become lazy and dependent on you. So when you're no longer around, they're able to function for themselves.
Well, the kind of money Tyler got, when he no longer around, he gonna be straight. You know how I know he's. Let me ask you a question, Ocho. When you growing up, did you have heated toilets?
Hell nah.
Exactly. I bet you he got them.
Probably so.
What you want to bet?
Probably so.
I didn't have no garage when I grew up. How many stall garage do you think Tyler Perry home has? 5, 6, 10?
Probably something like that. You know what?
How many rooms you think that house? $100 million room, $100 million house. How many rooms you think? And it got a private landing strip, so he can land his jet right out there in the front yard.
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
I get the gist of this, but Ocho, you can't instill that in a child. At the end of the day, child gonna want to do it or he doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I don't know how the saying goes, but train the child up in the way, how you say it? You know what I'm talking about.
Lead a child in the way you'd have him to go.
You gotta do what you do. Do the best you can. You know, once they turn 13, everything that's it. Ain't nothing else you can do. No.
Yeah, he probably, he understand hard work. Godparents, Oprah Winfrey, she ain't got no money. Cicely Tyson, who's recently passed away, I think she was 99 years of age. But okay. I do, but I get the gist of what he's trying to do.
Most definitely.
But it's just hard. It's hard when, you know what, I want this, and the chef goes in there and whips it up. You want French toast? You want eggs Benedict? You want a waffle? Fresh made, I might add. Not no box, not no Eggo. Not there's anything wrong with Eggo, but he probably eating fresh waffles. Where they got the machine that they turn it upside down and make sure it's good on both sides, Ocho. Yeah.
I understand what Tyler's doing, especially if you know Tyler's story, where he come from, what he went through to get to where he is. I kind of get it though.
Now it's time for the last segment of the evening. It's time for Q and A.
Grab this real quick.
Aaron Owen says Riley Moss got cooked this week. Who they? If your team lost this week, I don't want to hear you say foot or ball. Didn't you see the Ravens win on Wednesday? Did you not see that?
Listen, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You are a Denver Bronco. You're a Denver Bronco. You spent most of your career as a Denver Bronco. So you cannot say foot or ball after what happened tonight or yesterday. Matter of fact, because it's past.
So let me ask you a question: had you won that Super Bowl ring with the Patriots, you gonna say what you gonna say? You ain't no Patriot?
Yeah, because I didn't contribute to that ring at all.
You did. You caught a touchdown that year.
Yeah.
And you caught a key first down.
I did too. Yeah. I did.
XXO sanity in Ocho's voice. I better not hear you say foot or ball. Better yet, I better not hear the letters F or B come out of your mouth. I should have never said, boy, y'all won't kill. I should have never said that. I should have left that alone and just saved that and just told you that in private. And now that's all that's on my timeline.
Matter of fact, hey, that's a new shirt right there. That's a new slogan for the shirt. You better not say foot or ball.
Scooty Puff said, keep that same energy for Bo Nix, INT, late in the fourth quarter as the Burrow all season. Say it with your chest out. Yeah, y'all saw me. No, you can't. That's what happens when you predetermine. He predetermined where he was going. He didn't read that. Because if he had read it, he just saw Pratt and got up underneath it. He predetermined. I'm throwing this over ball to a Sutton.
No matter what.
No matter what. He didn't read it.
Pick that thing right off.
Yes. King Win said, since eight wins, since when are wins and losses a QB stat? Let me ask you a question. That's the only position that get credit for wins. Who's the all-time winningest quarterback? Tom Brady. They've always been. That's always been. Ocho, I tell you what, when is the last time you say a tight end or wide receiver has 20 come from behind wins?
Never.
Who they give that stat to? The quarterback. They've always given it to the quarterback. Y'all, this is not like all of a sudden we're changing the rule to say wins are a quarterback stat. They've always done it. That's why Tom Brady, wait, you see, as soon as Patrick Mahomes get in the playoffs, you're going to see most postseason playoff wins. And you're not going to see that for an offensive lineman. You're not going to see that for a defensive tackle. You're not going to see that for a tight end or a wide receiver. You're going to see that for coaches and quarterbacks. It's not new, guys. It's really not. I get it. Joe Burrow's having a phenomenal season. He is. But wins have always gone on the quarterback's resume. And the more you win, they double come playoff time. We're not making this up. I don't know. That team stat of 8 straight weeks of 250 passes and 3 touchdown minimum is elite territory. Lamar is special, but he's dragging the team. With 7 losses though. So what are we gonna do? I mean, they don't give wins and losses to any other position other than the quarterback. They've always done that, guys. I don't know why. Look, and I get it. Y'all like Joe. Joe, you're probably from Cincinnati, or you're LSU, or you're a Joe Burrow fan, and I get it. But they've always given wins and losses to quarterbacks. Ocho, you know that.
Most definitely. Yeah, I don't like the fact that it comes up when a quarterback like Joe or whoever it might have been putting up the number he's putting up, and the one thing that keeps him out of the conversation is the fact that you have, the losses you do.
Y'all remember those great seasons where Kobe was putting up those numbers, but they were losing and he ain't getting no MVP? Y'all remember that? Yeah, that's what happens. They've been hell. I remember when Matthew Stafford he went 11-5 and he threw for 5,000 yards and he ain't getting no MVP. Right. Y'all see what y'all trying to do is that y'all trying to make it seem like this is an isolated event, that there's never been in the history of the game. Hell, Patrick Mahomes had 38-6 and he went 13-3 and didn't win. Aaron Rodgers won it. Guys, this has happened before. Hell, Dan Marino threw 44 touchdowns one year and didn't win MVP.
Damn.
They gave it to LT.
Right.
They didn't give it to him. I'm just saying. Because I think Dan was 9-7. But we got to stop this notion that, since when did wins become a quarterback stat? Always. Most win through the first 5 years of a start. Mahomes, that's what they do. Coaches, the wins and losses go on the coaches and quarterbacks' resume. Who has the most wins as a wide receiver? Who has the most wins as a tight end? Who has the most wins as a DB? You couldn't tell me. But I bet y'all know who has the most wins, all-time wins as a quarterback. Who has the most all-time wins as a coach? Who has the most all-time wins as a general manager? Guys, this is not new. It's really not. Joe has had a phenomenal season, but I think it's going to be extremely hard with 7 losses, considering how well Lamar is playing with 5 losses. Considering how well Josh Allen is playing with 3
Right.
losses. Jared Goff with 2 losses. I think it's just going to be hard for him to get it. That's
damn.
Jerry Rice has the most wins by wide receiver, 194, which you never heard. Jason Witten has the most career wins by tight end, 150. Darrell Green has the most career wins by DB, 162. You ever heard those stats before, Ocho?
Yes, sir.
No. But Tom Brady. How many Tom Brady got? 2 something. Most win by coach, Don Shula. Second most wins, Coach Belichick. And then you probably have to go like Tom Landry or something. But it's always been that, guys. It's always. I'm not making up any new news. I'm not making up anything. But wins and losses has always been bestowed because that's how we judge quarterbacks. Wins and losses. And especially come playoff time. Quan said, can Josh Allen do what he's doing in the AFC North? He doesn't have to, guys. So now we got to transplant guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. Do you believe? I believe Joe is operating his system. You're not going to go ask Joe to do what he's doing in Baltimore because that's a totally different system.
Completely different. Completely different.
You're not going to ask Joe to go run Josh Allen's system because Josh runs a totally different system. They're not going to ask Joe Burrow to run no quarterback power. They're not asking Joe to run zone read like Lamar does. Guys, it is okay. Y'all make it seem like Joe is in the last year and he's retiring. He's gonna have other years to potentially win the MVP.
Right. He's gonna win one.
Yes. How old is Joe? 27, 28? Because he stayed 5 years, right? So he probably was 23 when he came out. So he's older than Lamar.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm not sure how old Joe is.
He just turned 28. And Lamar is 27. Yeah, he turned 28 on December 10th. I think Lamar is just 27. Mahomes is 29. But Joe was a redshirt. He transferred and he stayed. So he stayed in school a little longer. He was better. Had he come out after his junior year, he's probably a 3rd or 4th round pick. He goes back and have the greatest season ever for a college quarterback, and he goes number 1 overall.
That was a great season.
That's a pretty good turnoff, Ocho. Spent an extra year in college and become the number 1 overall pick, as opposed to leaving early and being a 3rd or 4th or maybe in a 5th round pick, because he did not have a good junior season.
And he lived up to those expectations too. Well, he is living up to them.
Yes. Lamar Robinson said, hey, Unc Ocho, depressed Giants fan here. Besides an exorcism, what do the Giants need to do to be better as a team?
As a team, you got to start with getting the quarterback first. He said Giants, right?
You got to get him. You got to get he's a Giants fan.
Yeah, once you get a quarterback, everything becomes so much easier because all you do is you build and put pieces around that quarterback, and you go from there. Until you get that, boy, it's gonna be hell, boy.
Yeah. I mean, you got a great piece. I like Neighbors. He's phenomenal.
Nice.
You gotta shore up that offensive line. I mean, y'all a couple of years away because a quarterback is a great start, but y'all some pieces. Y'all about 5 or 6 players away. You're about 5 or 6
it's
players.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna be over time though.
Little Steelers Hurricane Youth Football Org said, Unc Ocho, where do you see Cam Ward going in the 2025 draft? This is what we know. We know the Giants need a quarterback. We know the Raiders need a quarterback. We know the Saints need a quarterback. We know Tennessee need a quarterback.
I just the
Saints don't really need a quarterback, but they might need to start looking because this is what we know, Ocho. The Saints.
Okay.
Derek Carr gets nicked every year. And he either missed time during the season or he misses a large part of the time that wipes the season out. But Tennessee, the Giants, the Raiders, they absolutely need a quarterback. The Jets need to think about a quarterback also.
Every team you just named, they have to do something. If they're serious about competing and changing the culture.
Cleveland
Cleveland
needs to think about one also, because Baltimore is straight, Cincy is straight. Pittsburgh, you think Pittsburgh because they got Russ, they got Justin. AFC West, Bo Nix is set. Herbert is set. Kansas City is set. So Raiders, you need something. AFC South, India is set. Houston is set. Jags are set. Tennessee, you not set. Go to the NFC North. Green Bay is set. Detroit is set.
Seahawks.
Minnesota.
Well, they double set.
Chicago set. They got Caleb Williams. Let's go. Ocho say he wants to go to the NFC West. You got the Rams set. Cardinals set. Who else? The 49ers. So you got 49ers in Seattle.
Brock getting ready to get paid now.
Okay. Geno, Geno is like 5th in passing yards. They smacked dab. They went to the playoff. They right dab on the hunt again this year. So I think they're set. So now you got the NFC South. Tampa set. Carolina set. They ain't drafted a quarterback. Atlanta just drafted one in the first round. In New Orleans.
But so only a few spots now.
Yeah. And so you got Miami. Miami don't need a quarterback. Who else in the ALCE? Buffalo doesn't need a quarterback. So you got the Jets and the Patriots. The Patriots just selected one. So I think it's going to. Now, just because a team, maybe somebody zoom up the board and said, hey, we want to draft a quarterback for the future because we don't believe the quarterbacks coming out in the next 2 to 3 years are better than what's eligible right now, Ocho. You never know. Hell, we didn't see Andy Reid zooming up. Hey, Alex Smith had just took him to the playoffs. Andy Reid goes up 16 spots to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
So you never know. Fuzzy. Dylan Gabriel is only a few touchdowns from re-breaking the record, which will make Cam Ward look hella dumb. Look, Ocho and I, we discussed this a little earlier. Ocho and I, we're in accordance. We wouldn't have done what he did, but this young man did what he did. We don't know why he did it. I'm just going to trust his judgment. That's not what I've done. Either I'm sitting out or I'm playing. But I'm not going to start the game and then come out the second half.
I can't.
That's not what I'm doing. It's just hard for me to believe, though, Ocho, that he like, okay, I got the record, knowing that Gabriel is coming behind him. But who knows? And then it's not a good look. But he did it, Fuzzy. I don't know why he did it. But that's the decision that he made. That's the decision that he's going to have to live with. And your last college game, Ocho?
Man. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't going out like that. Not me. I'm not going out like that. But, hey. Evan Bursting. Since when has strength of a roster been a part of MVP evaluations? Look at Kurt Warner's roster. Look at Peyton Manning's roster. Look at Tom Brady's roster. When he had Mahomes had Reek and 87. So who are we looking at? I guess is this about Lamar? And I think we went through that the other day. We went through that Edgerrin had 1,548 yards rushing, and you're right. He won an MVP with Reggie. He won an MVP with Marvin Harrison and Stokely as his wideout. He won in Denver. He had who did he have? He had DT Demarius Thomas, rest his soul. He had Eric Decker. He had Julius Thomas. He had Wes Welker. He had Noshawn Marino.
Them boys were
So
loaded, boy.
they were. And as you mentioned Kurt Warner. Kurt had Oz. He had Torrey Holt. He had Isaac Bruce. He had Reggie Ray. He had Marshall. Marshall was offensive player of the year for like 3 years in a row, and he won an MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. Trudy Lawrence said, "Hey Shay and Ocho, have you seen 6888 movie by Tyler Perry? What are your thoughts?" I have not
seen it either.
Is it good?
Yeah, I mean, shoot. Listen, I've been a Tyler Perry fan since the stage plays.
So, the stage play was unbelievable.
I haven't had an opportunity to go to watch anything. Speaking of stuff, watching stuff. You watch Squid Games, huh?
No. I mean, I would like to watch a lot more things if they stop bringing bowl games and NFL football on TV. I mean, because now we see like I've been watching games. I watch games Monday, watch games Wednesday, watch games Thursday, watch games Saturday. Got to guess what? Got games again Sunday, games again Monday. And then we got basketball. Then we got the bowl game. We're about to have, the college football playoff about to crank back up. Ash said it was great. Maybe we'll watch and do a Nightcap movie review sometime.
Hey, I like that.
What it come on? I ain't got no money.
Game?
Well, I got your Netflix. I got your Netflix account, Ash.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. You gotta. Well, if you didn't watch the first one, I don't know if you're gonna be lost watching the second one. But I guess you could just.
No, I was talking about the Tyler Perry.
66
a movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I said I got Ash Netflix account, so, and she be watching trash movies too. Actually, it's called 6888. Oh, that's what the movie's called, 6888. Shows what I know. And I try to watch a lot of different stuff, but you need to let me know there's something that we're going to talk about so I can watch it. Other than that, what we're going to talk about on here, I'll watch. Apache Hall said, Unc Ocho, I recently turned 29 on the 23rd of this month, and I was wondering if you two have any advice for a man approaching his 30s, wanting to start a career and a family. What you mean start a career?
Start a career?
Now, family, I get. Bro, you 29. What the hell you mean start a family? So I'm trying to figure out what you did from the time your early 20s till now.
You was out there having fun, huh? You was out there having fun?
Yeah, hey, you can have fun, but you have to understand. What about a career?
Yeah, you gotta start that. I mean,
I mean,
never too late to start, but you should have.
Yeah, but you don't know. But you don't start thinking about a career at 29. Yeah. You might not start the career, but I mean, okay, let's just say, Ocho, you were doing something, but that's not what you wanted to do.
That's different. That's different. But you got to be able to separate the two, though. Do the career.
Yes.
Do the career. Get your feet wet in the career, then
get the
family. Yeah, you got to get in that career.
Because I mean, it's kind of hard
to career rolling a little bit, man. Get some consistency first, then start the family.
Yeah, I mean, look, I ain't gonna tell you how to live your life. You can do it however you want to, but it's a lot easier if you got a career and to get a family than get a family and try to find a career. Patchy, you got to get on the ball, bro. Anthony Beck, anytime a woman says we need to talk, either y'all break it up or you're in big trouble. True?
Boy, listen. Told you that's 3 words you don't want to hear. Oh, that's 4. My bad. 4 words.
Yeah. Well, we get the gist of what you were saying. She want to talk, and you don't want to.
Listen, and I tell you, she bring you that phone and show you that phone. Who is this?
Who? Ocho, because you know, hey, you get amnesia.
You can't see.
Who is this?
Hey, hold on, and you start squinting, like you.
Who?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I ain't never seen that before. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh. That ain't what you said. That ain't what you said right here. Oh, I don't, man, somebody done Photoshop my phone. Man.
Hey, I remember them days in high school and college, man.
Ocho, that when you like, why you go in my
Yeah,
phone?
yeah. I remember them days.
Man,
Oh,
man, Ocho.
hey, this was good memories.
But as always, we need to talk. What? Oh, can I? Oh, Ocho, can I ask you something? No.
Oh, I remember them days.
Joe Sajid say, stay with me now. Can I get a birthday shout out? Belated December 27th. One of your favorite supporters since CBS and NFL broadcasting days. Absolutely, Joe. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that. Happy belated birthday. Never too late to get a birthday. We normally go like 3 to 5 days. After that, it's too late. We get you next time around. We ain't finna be we ain't finna be no 3 months past your birthday. To my birthday was in March, and here we are in we are in May. That's a little bit too late. But Joe, happy birthday, man. Hopefully, I mean, bro, you got a lot going on. Got Christmas, birthday. That's sad for you because you get one gift, and it's a Christmas present and a birthday gift. So I feel sorry for people that got December birthdays, especially close around Christmas or Christmas. Cause yeah, I got you a Christmas gift. That ain't no Christmas gift, that birthday. Cause you got it in Christmas wrapping
Yep,
paper.
and I want both.
Dylan Mitchell said, "Can you give me a shout out? I'm a spinal cord injury survivor in intense recovery from Mississippi." Dylan, keep your
Yes,
head up,
sir.
bro. Chin up, one step at a time, one day at a time, and believe that you are going to walk again. That you're going to be the old Dylan that you once were. That when that you did unforeseen incident happen, but guess what? Sunshine follows rain, and Dylan, you're going
Yes,
to
sir.
walk
Praying
again.
for you,
You
boy.
got to believe that, though.
Praying for you.
Oh, he got. Oh, he got. Oh, I thought he said. Oh, so he got MS, multiple sclerosis. Woo, Dylan. I'm trying to think. Do I know somebody that had that? Is it curable, Ash? Mm. Dylan, we praying for
Yes,
you, bro.
sir.
Um, it's tough. It's it's tough to be something one day and then your life is altered the next. And we at Nightcap, the family here at Nightcap, bro, our sincere thoughts and prayers go out to you, bro, because I can only imagine what you must be thinking, what you must be going through, what your family is thinking, what they're going through. So I don't even know if I have the words, and I'm pretty good with words, and I don't even know if I have the words, but all I can say is that, bro, we're here. We're with you. Stay strong in your spirits and in your thoughts, uh, and just continue to be the best, Dylan, and pray, and hopefully you find comfort. But sorry to hear about your diagnosis, but we believe in
Yes,
you,
sir.
and we believe that you're going to pull through this. Clutch Conversation Podcast says, what advice do you have for small podcasters between Love the Show? Advice. It's a lot of work, bro. And it all depends. Because I don't really know when you said I don't really know what type of podcasting that you do. I don't know if you're sports involved, or if it's sports related, because sports happen on holidays.
Mhm.
Sports happens on the weekends. Basically, sports allow is year round,
Yeah.
Ocho. It used to be, football is year round.
Hmm.
You got basketball, so one thing bleeds into the other. Now we don't really cover a whole lot of the other sports. We're mainly focused on football and basketball. Now we've kind of gotten to the track and field because of the Olympics and the World Championships, which I really like that. But I think the thing is that hard work, find your niche, what it is you're going to do, and just become addicted to the grind. Get people that are also addicted as much as you are to the grind, and just try to be the best. Immerse yourself in what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. Read a lot, but I've surrounded myself with really good people. I am not the smartest person in the room. I think I'm like third, and there are only 3 people in the room. So I feel good about that. I feel really good about that. But I think Clutch, that's it, man. You got to start small. I mean, everybody started small. Nobody really started at the top of the food chain, but it's a gradual climb. It's the workout day by day. Uh, 1 subscriber, 10 subscribers, but it's all about creating great content. Make people want to listen to what you have to say. Make people talk about what you're having to say. Hey, man, did you hear that podcast, Conversation podcast? Man, they had some interesting conversation. They talked about this and so forth and so on. So that would be my advice that I would give you. Make people talk about you. Make people want to listen to you. Make people want to see you. Download what you have to say. Make people want to share what the content that you're creating. Damn. On here, I was trying to be on here for like an hour. That concludes this episode of Nightcap. Y'all know me. I'm your favorite Unc. I'm down, but I ain't out. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. The happy guy, Liberty City's legend, Bingo Ring of Fame honoree. He's so happy. He's so happy. But I'm going to have the last laugh. Those who laughed last laughed loudest. Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button. Go tell family, friends, and loved ones to do likewise. Make sure you subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. And thank you so much for your support and your continued support and beyond. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. Holidays are upon us. What better way to celebrate than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier? If you can't find it in any city or state near you, order it. We'll ship it directly to your home. Guess what? I need you to do me a solid. Please drink responsibly. Check out my clothing company, 84, with 84 being spelled out, and my media company, that's Shay Media, but my clothing company is 84, with 84 being spelled out. We got shirts, sweats that just dropped last month, as well as stocking stuffers such as beanies, koozies, and mugs. Quantities are limited, so make sure you grab yours while supplies last. Either one, everyone should have received their orders Monday, Tuesday. Obviously, Wednesday was the holiday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Let us know that you received your orders. Let us know what you think of the merch that you ordered. And we want to thank you again for your support. Tickets for the Super Bowl show in New Orleans, our first spring tour stop, are on sale now. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's February the 6th in New Orleans. Be there. Great guests lined up for you. You don't want to miss this one. And we've been nominated for 2 Sports Podcast Awards, Best American Football Podcast and Best Sports Comedy Podcast. Please go vote. The link is in the chat, pinned on our social pages and in our social bios. Cardinals defeat the Rams 13-9, and if they win next week, they win the NFC West and secure a home playoff game. The Bengals behind Joe Burrow's 412 yards and 3 touchdowns. All the team. I'm gonna tell you in a minute. The Bengals keep their slim playoff hopes alive with a fourth quarter win. Thanks to Joe Burrow, 400-plus yards passing, 3 touchdowns, all to T. Higgins, as they beat the Broncos 30-24. Now, they just need the Broncos to lose next week. They need the Dolphins or Indy to lose one of their last 2 games, and they make the playoffs. But if the Broncos win, it does not matter, which the Broncos will win, and so it won't matter. What else we have? Chargers clinch a playoff spot with a 40-7 shellacking over the New England Patriots on the road. BYU demolished the number 23 Colorado Buffaloes by the score of 36-14. This was Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter's last game as Buffalo. They didn't go out the way they wanted, but they got to feel real proud of the new tradition that they've established in Colorado. Cam Ward sets the Division I mark with 156 touchdown passes in his career, but he doesn't come out for the second half. I'm sure that's something that's going to be talked about over this next couple of days. The Browns and Deshaun Watson have agreed to a restructured contract. Eric Dickerson is not wanting Saquon to break his record. Sacramento Kings fired Mike Brown over the phone as he was on his way to the flight to head to L.A. for the Kings to face the Lakers. That's Nightcap for you. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for staying up late. We'll see you tomorrow after Sunday Night Football. I'm Unc. He's Ocho. We're out.
I love you.
I don't. Cheating ass.